Now we've created a state for our patrolling. We can go back to where we make some decisions. And where we're not calling anything, we can set our NPC to patrolling. Okay, so if there's a patrol attack type and he's outside the maximum range to the target, then he will start patrolling. So how can we put the patrolling in here? Well, we still want him to move, so we'll be calling the moving function. Now we just need to work out where to tell it to move to. So we want it to move to a waypoint. So just like we calculate a directional vector here to send to our moving function, we need to calculate a directional vector to our waypoint. I'm going to modify this a bit before we send it to the moving, so I'm going to create a local variable for that. Our waypoint direction, this will be of type vector3, and it is going to equal pretty much the same as when we're chasing. But instead of using our target position, we want to use our waypoint position. Now what waypoint are we using? That's why we're storing a reference to the index of our waypoint array. Which waypoint in our array are we using at what position? So this will be our waypoints array. And at what position? That is our waypoint index. Okay, so that should calculate our directional vector. But if our waypoint is below us or above us, our NPC character is still going to lean over to look towards that. Now when I'm patrolling to waypoints, I just want him to be facing forward. I don't want him to tilt at all. So we're going to modify the y of that vector3. Waypoint to y, as this is a directional vector, we can just set it to 0. So that way he's only going to calculate a look direction, or a waypoint look direction, on the XZ plane. So now we've calculated our waypoint move directional vector. Let's send it to moving. Okay, let's see if that's working. So we have our NPC, and I've also decreased the maximum range, and I've also moved the player right back, so he's definitely not within range. So this guy should absolutely not be within the maximum range of our target, and he should head to first waypoint, which is at index 0. Let's see if that's working. Okay, so he's made his way to the first waypoint. Okay, so he's reached the waypoint, but he's still trying to make it. So I need to patrol between waypoints. So as he reaches that waypoint, we want to assign a new index. We want to say, no, now this is our index. We want to go to the next waypoint in our array. So how can we implement that?